Let me tell you something honestly. Motivation is probably the reason you keep failing. Yes, the same thing you think you need is the thing quietly stopping you. Let me explain. You wake up one day feeling extremely motivated. You watch one inspiring video, you see someone's transformation, you listen to a powerful speech. Suddenly you think, this is it, I am going to change my life. You make a perfect plan. From tomorrow, wake up at 5 a.m., study for 4 hours, exercise daily, eat clean, no phone distractions, everything looks clear. And then the next day comes. You wake up feeling tired, the motivation is gone, and your mind says, I will start tomorrow. Be honest, how many tomorrows have passed like this? Here is the truth. Motivation is emotional, and emotions change every day. Some days you feel confident, some days you feel lazy, some days you feel low for no clear reason. If your progress depends on how you feel, you will never stay consistent. And without consistency, nothing changes. Let me ask you something. When do you feel the most motivated? After watching a video? After reading quotes? After listening to someone successful speak? But what happens a few hours later? The feeling disappears, because motivation gives excitement, not discipline. Excitement is temporary. Discipline is repetitive, and repetition feels boring. That is why most people avoid it. You are not failing because you are incapable. You are failing because you are waiting to feel ready. You do not need motivation. You need structure. You need routine. You need to do the work even when you do not feel like it. Think about school. Did you study only when you felt motivated? No. You studied because there was a timetable, because there was a system, because it was expected. Now no one is forcing you. So you depend on feelings, and feelings are unstable. That is why you start strong and disappear quietly. You join a gym. 3 days of intense effort, then 10 days of excuses. You buy a new course. You complete 2 lessons. Then you stop. You buy a fresh notebook. The first page looks perfect. The rest stays empty. This is not a lack of talent. It is an addiction to motivation. Let us understand something important. Motivation focuses on results. Discipline focuses on process. When you feel motivated, you imagine the final result. You imagine yourself fit, successful, confident, financially secure. But discipline does not imagine. It repeats small actions daily. Reading 10 pages, solving 20 questions, waking up at the same time, even when the mood is not right. That is the difference. You wait to feel good before you begin. Disciplined people begin and eventually feel good. On the days you do not feel like studying, what do you usually do? You scroll on your phone. You tell yourself, just 10 minutes. Then 1 hour passes. Then guilt comes. Then you promise again, I will start seriously next week. This cycle continues. This is not about intelligence. It is about the absence of structure. You do not need more motivational videos. You need fewer decisions. Fix your wake-up time. Fix your study time. Fix your break time. Remove the daily question, should I study today? Of course you will study. Just like brushing your teeth. You do not need motivation to brush your teeth. Why? Because it is a habit. Your goals must become habits. Simple, automatic, non-negotiable. Another hard truth. Motivation makes you overplan. You create a perfect timetable. You plan 10 subjects in 1 day. You set unrealistic targets. And when you miss one task, you feel like the entire day is ruined. Then you quit. Disciplined people do not aim for perfection. They aim for consistency. 1 hour daily for 300 days is stronger than 10 hours for 7 days. Small effort, repeated daily, is more powerful than emotional bursts. You think you need confidence to begin, but confidence comes after repetition, not before. You feel scared because you have not practiced enough. You feel lazy because you do not have routine. You feel distracted because your environment is not controlled. These are practical problems, so solve them practically. If you want to study 4 hours daily, start with 2. If you want to wake up at 5 in the morning, first fix your sleeping time. If you want to reduce phone usage, keep your phone away while working. Make it simple. There will be days when you do not feel like doing anything. On those days, do the minimum. If your target is 4 hours, do at least 1 hour. If your target is 50 questions, solve 10. Never break the chain completely, because once the chain breaks, starting again becomes harder. Consistency builds identity. When you study daily, you begin to see yourself as a disciplined person. When you skip daily, you begin to see yourself as someone who quits. Identity matters more than emotion. You are not lazy. You are untrained. You trained your brain to choose comfort. Now you must train it to choose growth. And training is not dramatic. There is no background music, no applause, no instant results, just you and your daily work. Another important point. Stop announcing your goals to everyone. When you tell people your plans, your brain feels temporary satisfaction. It feels like you have already achieved something. And then you relax. Keep your goals private. Let your results speak. Also stop comparing your beginning to someone else's middle. You do not know their journey. Focus only on your daily actions. That is the only thing you control. Understand this clearly. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is fuel. A spark alone cannot run an engine. If you truly want change, build boring routines. Wake up. Do the work. Rest. Repeat. Even when nobody is watching. Even when results are slow. Even when doubt appears. Especially then. Because real growth is invisible at first. You will not feel successful. You will feel normal. And that is enough. You do not need to feel extraordinary every day. You just need to avoid quitting. If you are waiting for a big turning point, stop waiting. Your life will change the day you stop asking, "How do I feel today?" and start asking, "What needs to be done today?" Simple shift. Massive impact. You do not need more motivation. You need stronger standards. You do not need perfect mood. You need fixed habits. And remember this, you are not behind. You are inconsistent. Fix your consistency, and progress will follow. No drama, no hype, just daily effort. Start today, even if it is small, but do not restart tomorrow. Continue. That is how you win.